Hello and welcome back to Universus, bringing you theories, news or more, win, lose or draw. Today I am not joined by Cameron. He has had some personal issues he needs to take care of. So I've asked Marvin from Undefeated Locals to join me as we talk about the recent rules update, get a general vibe for Godzilla, and talk about open debt lists and if Universes actually needs them. I'm in kind of in the wheelhouse that they, despite how they were handled, they were beneficial to the game. What's your initial take?
Yeah, no, I very much agree with you. I think, like, I always told everybody that I don't think like when it was first announced, when we first had announcements for Open Deck List, obviously there was a lot of like polarizing like opinions. Everybody felt a little different. People felt strongly one way or the other. I'm actually kind of in the middle. I think either it doesn't matter inside of a game or it was beneficial. It's never like a bad thing. It
Yeah,
never felt bad to have open deck lists. I've had games where it felt like completely needless, like the information gave me nothing, like fighting a Chaos Godzilla, open deck list. It didn't really matter for that guy too much. But
yeah.
yeah, no, I think it was beneficial. It was either beneficial or did nothing. So
Well, we'll get into the meat of it in a minute, but we are in the Godzilla release weekend. You attended Worlds, you attended some pre-releases, I imagine. So how are you finding the set, and how was your pre-releases?
yeah. So unfortunately, I did a little bit too good in each of the events this weekend to do actually run the pre-releases, but a little too bad to like win anything. So I got through day one undefeated. So day two, they did do a cool thing. UVS Games and round three let us purchase the pre-release kits, even though we weren't going to play in the events. So I
Oh,
still got packs, which felt really cool. I pulled day one. I pulled an alt Mothra. Day two, I pulled a Chrome Mothra. So
that's really cool. Yeah, I spent like £400 traveling and getting a hotel to take part in this pre-release because it's one of the best design sets we've seen in a long time.
definitely,
And it's Godzilla, which is always a hype IP. I ended up playing Batra and then shifting into Shin Godzilla or Mothra, depending on how game one went.
oh
Uh,
hell yeah!
and then when we got our prizing, we found miscut cards in our prizing, which
I saw that. I saw that. It appears to like all have been shipped to your area.
oh yeah, I mean with the singles vendors that we have very limited singles vendors. So one of them I know personally. I was like, if you get any miscut cards, give them to me.
Yes, yes. Find the whole sheet. Find the whole sheet.
Yeah, exactly. It's one of those things that shim lines aren't the best, and people can have a go at them, but actual miscut, actual like 45-degree art on the cards is a collectible thing that people do go
Oh, for
after.
sure. People will pay money for that. And like you mentioned, shim lines, and like they seem to be non-existent in this set, which is also really hype.
Oh yeah, I need to actually speak to Hitch about this, but this is. You remember when we were at the Creator Summit? They said they were looking to get eradicate shim lines.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is the first set that they've tried it, and as far as they know, it's worked. There's no shim lines in the
Yeah, which
set.
is really good.
They may still show up in the play packs you get for weekly play, but because they didn't want to put all their eggs in one basket. But I I I have to admit I'm disappointed because this means I haven't got the chances to get a Shim Shin Godzilla.
Yeah, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. And then the homie doesn't get to do his shimline videos anymore.
Oh no, no, he's get probably. I think Connor's going to change it to Miscut Mondays because of the.
Okay, there we go. There we go. Hell yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got LCs coming up soon, and we've just had rotation. Are there any cards that you're going to miss in from rotation?
Cards that I miss will be Barrier Shield and Rejuvenating Smash. In fact, I played an entire deck for Worlds just so I could run those two cards one last time. Cards that won't be missed, Airy Smiles. I'm glad it's dead. I'm glad I will never have to deal with getting hit by Airy Smiles ever again.
That's fair. I mean, you did play Ryu, and you were one of the people like on the forefront of Ryu being really good, and it did catch a lot of people off guard. I know
Definitely.
one of the UK guys took Byakuyon, which is just a cat version of Ryu.
Yeah. I played him in day 2. I switched to
Ah,
him in day 2.
nice. But yeah, and it's one of the lovely combos. A couple when the set first dropped, I played Barrier Shield Rejuvenate Smash in Midnight One because it's just a silly combo.
It
Uh,
is. It's so good. It's so good.
but it's not like Void isn't going to be eating well. I'm gonna miss my dabbies. This is the last dabby we have in standard. I
Yeah, yeah.
I now need to find another character to make my identity. I'm gonna miss Blue Flame Torment. It was a fun card. It did silly things. Cards I'm not gonna miss. Honestly, Hawks. I've played against Ryan Levine enough times that 1 hour, game 1 hour doesn't need to be a thing anymore.
No, that's fair. That's fair. Parent to Ryan enough, and we'll all hate Hog.
Absolutely great player, but man, when you got one player who doesn't like to take risks against another player who doesn't like to take risks, the game goes long.
Yeah, it sure does.
So yeah, we also had a drop of Day 1 erratas, fixing things like Oxygen Destroyer, Joker not wanting to break the game anymore.
Thank God. Thank God.
Yeah, that would have been absolutely nasty. We've got just a little bit like cleanup of semicolons for some cards. Just making sure the cards work the way it's supposed to. Really, nothing like, not like Bridget, where it's like we need to fix it because this breaks the game. Is more, this was what they were always intended to do, kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
And then the rules got updated, and we got some really cool rules around the attachment of. Now they didn't say attaching characters; they said attaching cards, which is really interesting. And I'm working on a theory that some other players that I've been talking with about what we could be attaching to our characters that isn't characters, which seems really
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. We used to have that, like the World of Endines. One of the World of Endines characters attached like an asset to herself.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I'll definitely have to go look that up. I was sorry for my cards today. I found 2 cards I didn't do in my 1,000 card tier list because it was JT Warner and Jason's character card.
Nice, nice.
But the big thing was that we got an update for LCs that they're now officially level 2 events that you require a judge. Any event with a top cut requires a deck list, which will help feed into bans and erratas. And open deck list is gone. It was brought in. They've been trying to bring it in for years. At the first Worlds, it was kind of like round 5. Tomorrow's open deck list, and all 32 people that we went. No, it's not. You cannot surprise us with that in the final round. You cannot go in the final round of the day and go, yeah, tomorrow's open day. It's like, no, it's not. We adamantly do not want that, and it got backtracked. But following on from that, it was Top Cuts' open deck list, and then after Nationals that year, it was now all events are going to be open deck lists. And personally, I have forgotten to do that more times than I can count. I probably played more games just going in blind than I have open decked since the open deck list. I think I only remembered it like once or twice. And then when you've even got events like Worlds where it wasn't even available until like round 2, round 3.
Yeah, that's like the main like issue, and like part of my reasoning for like thinking that either A, it doesn't matter at all, or B, like it's beneficial for the game. Round 1, it wasn't available, and me and my opponent actually just handed each other our physical deck to like sort through. I would then realize that like almost nobody else played that round with open deck list, so it's like, okay, cool. Like I guess me and my opponent both played it like a slight advantage, slight disadvantage, but
Yeah, I mean, it deals with gimmicks because back in the MHA 1 days, you did have things like low move and things like that, which caught you off guard. But then games 2 and game 3, you're able to like adjust, but you were 1 game down. Like I said, for most meta characters, it doesn't make a difference. If you come across Godzilla, you know ideally what they're going to be doing. There are people like Bill Evans who was doing the 6 check 4 cost Godzilla.
Only check 6s and
Which,
4s.
which would catch you off guard. I got to play against the Albuquerque. The only reason it didn't really catch me off guard is because I built something similar when Godzilla released. So I was like, oh, cool, I know what this is. But
Yeah.
also, he just refused to build foundations after I got to like 9. He was like, I'm just going to wait to blow up the board. But
That's reasonable as Godzilla.
the main issue I have with the announcement is that when Open Decklists was brought in, it was brought in as this kind of great equalizer. It was meant to be, there's going to be no more team talk. There's going to be no more information sharing. You're not going to be able to just have players like undefeated locals, trading post, final round, Rochester, Let's Talk UVS. These are massive teams that go to multiple events. If I faced off against you in round 1, and then Dan looks up his pairings in round 2 and goes, "Oh, I'm up against Brett." You can then be like, "Oh yeah, he's playing a really cool deck. He's doing this, this, and this, and he's going in with information." And Open Deck List was meant to prevent that. And I think it's even.
Yeah.
I have to double check the new rules, but I'm pretty sure it was part of the rules that you weren't supposed to be able to. You're not supposed to tell other people what other decks are doing. But if I come across a cool deck in Swiss, I'm going to talk about it.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like a lot of people will talk about bad. Like I don't know, like if they use the same terms here, but like in old card games I played, they called it like scouting.
Yeah.
Like when you're like browsing the tables and stuff. Everybody looks down on that, but like literally everybody does it too. Like you can talk bad about it, but like you cannot honestly tell me as a competitive player you've never done this. So. Like it helped that a lot for sure.
Yeah.
It also helped the stream matches, right? Like if you're a game on stream in the early rounds, you were put at an immediate disadvantage without Open Deck List, because like anybody in that room that finished the round in time could watch your game, especially since we've added the delay to stream now. So like you could be halfway through round 1 and you're watching potentially your round 2 opponent.
Yeah, scouting was the word I was looking for. But you're exactly right. I mean, the majority of people have played those really aggressive decks where you're done in 10 minutes. So you've got 50 minutes, and yeah, you're going to walk up and down the aisles, you're going to see how your friends are doing, you're going to chat to vendors and whatnot, but you're going to, even vicariously, pick up information, see what other people are playing. And like you mentioned, at Worlds, there was a giant screen overviewing the entire event, displaying what was going on there. And they were around behind, which means not even like during the round, during lunch, you could possibly be seeing on the screen while you're eating your lunch your next opponent playing all of their cards.
Absolutely.
It can make a massive impact, and it's that one-sided information aspect, and it sucks that we're losing it because of technology. Even if people didn't use it, even if people didn't do it, having that kind of great equalizer was there. I mean, when you come across, like I said, when you come across an off-meta deck, if you like the Nagoyuki, not too many people that facing off against the Nagoyuki would have known what it was trying to do, because it was on the fringes of the meta, and unless you're like a beat stick like Godzilla that goes, I don't care what you're trying to do, because what you're really doing is stopping me from killing you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, like the aggressive decks, and like it creates like funny things too. My round 3 opponent, I was facing against somebody that was running actions in the main board and action hate in the sideboard, which is exactly what my game plan was. So we had Open Deck List, we look at our deck, and then in game 2, we side out some of our actions into our action hate. So now we're both just having these dead cards in our stage, laughing at each other for like, yeah, I know what you did.
Yeah, and that's exactly what the benefit of the Open Deck List is, because sometimes, especially with characters like you, who, if you draw hot, you can pseudo Godzilla kind of thing. But with low difficulty attacks, you can go, okay, game 1, you didn't see any of my actions, so I'm going into game 2, and you don't know the rest of my game plan. But with Open Deck List, they go, I need to get action hate in here. I need to
exactly.
I need to have these answers so that game 2 is actually a game. It's a tough situation, and I don't know why they brought it in if the technology wasn't going to be able to keep up, and I don't know why they've removed it without kind of like explaining why it's been removed. Because,
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. Like even at Worlds, it was like round one, everybody heard and like everybody saw. Round one was like pretty bad. Most people didn't even do it because it wasn't available on UGN. By round two, they had fixed it. I want to say it was available on UGN, and like even then, sometimes like my round five opponent, we just handed each other our deck list just because that was just simply an easier thing to do. Like you can just shuffle through somebody's deck, and then shuffle it, cut it, start your game. So like I'm not even sure that UGN is like necessarily required for open deck list because like you have to have your deck on you, right? The only thing an actual open deck list on UGN would prevent is like cards that shouldn't be there at all, right? Maybe you as a player would notice that your opponent is playing a card that was not in their deck list on UGN. But other than that, I don't see why we can't just hand each other our decks, honestly.
Yeah, hand each other the decks. What some people did was basically load up their deck list on their phone and pass it to their opponent so they can.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Because one of the other things that open deck list kind of prevented was, kind of bluffing. You forgot to unsideboard. If you forget to unsideboard in open deck list, your opponent's gonna be aware. Like, isn't that supposed to be in your sideboard?
Absolutely.
We kind of we're relying on the honor system in Swiss now, going, oh yeah, this is totally my deck.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Open deck list prevented that, and then like you said, like I guess like you could I could see a point where it's like I don't want my opponent touching my cards, right? I could see that's been like a pretty touchy subject in TCGs prior, but like you had a good point. Like why not just like load it up on your event page? Like click on your deck. You know that this is what I loaded to the event because I'm on the event page, and this is my deck list.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, some people might just be as touchy with like "don't touch my phone" kind of thing, but at the same time, it's one of those things that you're at a public event, and if you don't want someone touching your cards, you shouldn't have been here because I'm allowed. I'm allowed to go for your discard. I'm going to touch your cards regardless.
Yeah, exactly.
So, in your opinion, do you think this is the right move, or is it just like trying to have smoother events where the staff isn't trying to run around fixing these issues?
Yeah. I don't think this is like I don't think this is a terrible move. I want to like say that for sure. I am not like ranting and raving. I'm not grabbing my pitchfork or anything like that. I think it's like a disappointing move. I think it did like, again, in my opinion, it either did nothing in games or it made them more competitive. So like that's like a net loss. But I do think it was probably more for like ease of access. I saw like the head judge Tony running around during round one, back and forth. He was like he was using our table to like see if the deck lists were available, and like they reset it like 8 times before finally just like, okay, never mind, we just won't do it this round. And then also like it does put like as little as this is, it does technically put like an extra 3 minutes on the clock per round because you have 3 minutes to look at somebody's open deck list. Generally, those 3 minutes are like not being used for open deck list, right? Like I would say maybe I spent like a minute and a half on a deck list. Like maybe like my finals match, I spent like a minute and a half in my like winning in on day 2 looking at his deck. But you're just not using that time. Nobody's using 3 minutes to look over somebody's deck. If you are, that's like kind of crazy to me. So you're just kind of sitting there as well. It's adding time for the players. It's adding more time that the judges have to just like spend waiting to launch the rounds. So it probably has something to do with that as well.
I mean, that could be you just to put it in a like that could be you coming from a place of privilege because you are a very good player. You have a team that you practice with, so you read a deck list
fair.
And you immediately go, "This is how this deck works." Whereas, someone who's coming from just playing locals or hasn't seen this deck before might need the 3 minutes to go, "How does this deck actually work?"
For sure, no. Brett's right. I'm not trying to talk down about any players. I'm just me personally. I have no patience, so I'm spending like 30 seconds looking at your deck and passing your.
Whenever it comes to things like this, I remind myself of what chess masters say when they go, "Oh, why did you make that move?" It's like, I don't know, I just made it because it's the right move. It's like experienced players, good players, people that know what they're doing, struggle to explain the basics to them to people that don't understand it because to them it's like you should know this. So it's just a testament to me. It's basically me just saying you're a very good player because you can take a look at a deck list and go immediately, this is what it's doing, where some people might need a little bit longer.
Yeah, no, for sure.
uh, I mean, it was supposed to be a bit of a discussion, but we're kind of both in the same kind of camp behind this.
I know. We didn't have the devil on our shoulder trying to convince us otherwise. Yeah,
I think.
I like. Go for it.
I'll let you go first.
Oh yeah. So like, again, like back to what I said in the beginning, a lot of players. I know a lot of people hate it. Like the other side of this discussion is that people think that like we won't ever have like the Travis on Krista moment again from Nationals where like a whole team stormed that event. We won't have like the Let's Talk UVS Nick Reagan moment, and I think that's just like wrong. Like even open deck list, if you're on something that crazy, like you said, I'm a very good player. You know, I'll like toot my own horn. I'm obviously a pretty good player. I consistently make like day twos and stuff, but like there's still decks like that like I would not like had I seen Chris at Nationals, had I been handed Travis's deck list at Nationals, I would not be able to do anything that would stop that deck, you know, because I did not make my deck to stop that deck for this event. I would have I had no idea that this was going to be here. I have a perfect example. There was like 3 ally Godzillas that almost made day 2 at Worlds. They were like the craziest deck list ever, just running all allies. I fought one of them and I looked at his deck list and was like, yeah, I literally have no idea what you're doing, so I'm just going to hand you this back to you. Like, I got nothing.
I mean, I'd have been prepared for Earth Godzilla, but that's because Connor, who does these Shimline Saturdays, is a big avid supporter of Earth Godzilla because it does silly things. But yeah, that's it. It kind of imparts the retro mentality of I'm not going to build my deck worrying about what your deck does because there's so many different decks out there that can do stuff. I'm just going to build my deck with generic defense and to do its own cool thing.
Yeah, for sure. It's a lot of people trash talk me across all the servers because I'm always like harking on people for like privating their deck list on Ultra. I'm always like really open about what I'm playing. I post it everywhere because like if somebody goes to that event and attempts to tech for me, that is genuinely putting me in a better position because you will never pair into me in 8 rounds. It is so unlikely, but you've now made your deck worse to try to fight my one thing.
Yeah. It's kind of back when I was just on the full W1 thing. It was like, yeah, I'll share my deck list with anyone. It's like, why? So
yeah, who cares?
If you specifically tech for this one W list, unless you're facing me, you've wasted your time.
A really bad time. Yeah, exactly.
It's kind of what happens when you only test against the same few people, the same few decks. Your deck changes, it grows to match this one particular matchup. And then you struggle against everyone. It's why when you see the testing of Final Round and Undefeated and coping with Cardboard, they're not always testing the same decks. They're testing other characters, testing everything. And when I was speaking with people that want to get better at the game, and they're like, I struggle with going up against this deck, I was like, don't change your deck to counter that deck. Play that deck for a bit. Learn how that deck feels. Learn how that deck plays and what its weaknesses are, and then build a deck that can exploit those weaknesses in any deck, not that particular deck.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, that's huge. And like, I think like another thing that Open Decklists did add that I guess I'll add on to this is like, I do think it made the at-home experience, I assume it made the at-home experience better because like, honestly, when I'm watching, like I don't travel to every event usually. Like, there's definitely some events I don't. And when I'm watching an event that doesn't have it, it's honestly kind of a bummer that I'm watching this game on stream and I can't look at these players' deck lists and like kind of like try to piece together what's happening, piece together what maybe like their end of this, like what are they building up to, right? What does kill their opponent here? And I think that made the at-home experience a lot better. And not having that, I think, is honestly probably like a pretty huge hit for that side of things.
I mean, with Tam now producing the streams, we're probably not going to get anyone else that did it, but it also works for people that like to watch Tam streams because he would stream for like a chest cam and do his event. So if you could find out who his opponent was, you could go and look up the decks. You could go and see what's going on because like the mainstream the mainstream will do it at the beginning, but if you join a game halfway through, like you said, it's sometimes good to go up in there, see what people are playing, See what the like you said building up to. Uh, it it was just a good equalizer, like you said. I think open Decklists is something I would love to see UVS work towards, but it's one of the things that I think they're right for pulling it now, because unless they can get it to work from the go and it isn't going to be stressing out Tam and Tony and Matthew and everyone else that's kind of working on the stream and working the event, because the events are stressful enough as it is with the rounds and the judge calls and all the other drama going
Absolutely.
on. You don't need that on top.
Yep, no, I very much agree. Yeah. That's why I want to say, like, it's not like the sky is falling situation. Nobody should be like yelling from the rooftops. I think they did make the correct decision, but I do think it is a disappointing decision to have to make.
Yeah, it's a necessary loss for where the game and the technology is now,
Yeah.
which is kind of cool. Speaking of cool decisions that kind of people weren't expecting, everyone from day one got refunded, which
Yeah, yeah, pretty wild.
and it was really cool. But it was on the thing like, oh, it's on us, everyone to thank you for participating. And I'm looking at my bank account going, I didn't participate. I still got a refund.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, people at home just got like free promos and stuff. That's
Yeah.
hella sick.
It was really cool. I think it was Wednesday or Tuesday. It was a case of like just going into Discord. So I was like, I got refunded for day one. I'm like looking at myself like, I got refunded for day one. It's like,
Yeah,
what
yeah.
is
My whole
going
local
on?
team messaged me. They were like, was this supposed to happen? Was I supposed to get these for free?" And then, yeah, that was amazing.
Now I don't know if they're just making the best of a bad situation, but I like to think this is
Yeah,
intentional.
for sure. Yeah. I don't want to like out anybody here, so I'm gonna choose to believe that it was intentional.
I mean, if it what it it's a great way to kind of kick off the 20 years of UFS. We go
Yeah,
into the 2026 organized play by going, here's your money back for celebration. Go take that into pre-releases. Go get your LCs. And I'm looking forward to see what everything else is coming, especially now that we have a brand new UVS IP.
yeah, for sure. No, like honestly, like I definitely would believe that this was intentional because like the Levi being like the new head of organized play, he like kind of spent the entire event trying to like buy back people's trust in these events and in the game. There was so much prizing handed out. The fact that people at home could like pay and get the celebration stuff, even that was like a huge change. And yeah, I definitely believe that the game is going places, especially with Rebel Frontier. They haven't revealed everything. There was like we got to see like a trailer, and we got to see
Ooh.
12 of the promo cards that are coming. So hopefully those will be up in an article here soon. But yeah, it's very promising.
Well, I mean, Chicago is fast approaching, so it does make sense they want to get a good bit of hype there. I might hopefully see
Definitely.
the Chicago promos for Rebel Frontier because there is a regional kind of promo thing. I did hear like World was absolutely insane. Like you could get Sam Rutherford challenger boxes for like a ticket. You could get team and team boxes for a couple of
Yeah.
tickets.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, and each day they had like a free thing. So like, I didn't redeem any of my stuff. Not many people know this about me. I'm not like a promo guy outside of the cards that I'm playing. My whole deck will be max rarity. But if it's not something I'm playing, I just give it to my brother at these events. So I was just funneling him tickets. But like, I think day one they were giving out like free promos for everything that you bought, and then day two they were giving out free TMNT deck boxes every time you redeemed an item.
Oh, damn.
So like, my brother walked away with like 20 TMNT deck boxes.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
That's just really cool to see. Yeah, and it kind of makes sense. Again, kicking off this huge celebration. I wonder if it's something that we might see fall into the regionals because Worlds is kind of what they use to showcase what the regionals going to be. Last year it was the prize wall and the redemption and like showing what the regionals going to be, and it kind of followed on through. And now this year we've kind of seen this bigger spectacle. Like the production value at Worlds was insane. Like you said, the
Yeah.
prize wall was bigger, uh, cheaper, and the prize wall tickets, as far as I know, overflowed because
Oh yeah, for
even the
sure.
main event was being given loads of prize wall tickets.
Yeah, yeah. Tickets per win. You got 2 tickets for every round win in every event, and then the double ticket takedowns. You got 4 tickets per win. It was insane.
That's crazy. And then like the massive screen showing off in like the pageantry, like when you got the 17 players that went on to day two, it was in front of the big screen. It was all there. It was it was Levi in his element. He was when he was when he was one of our best content creators. He was a showman, and he's brought that into
Yeah,
like organized play.
absolutely, absolutely. No, he did. He absolutely killed it, man. It was crazy. Getting like the 17th place person because they had the same record was like the hypest thing of the event. The whole room was like freaking dying. It was awesome. Yeah, no, yeah. If you were planning on going, like if you were hesitant about going to some of these regionals, I would no longer be hesitant. I can say that with a straight face. I want to try to go to like every single one of them this year only because of my world's experience.
I mean, I wasn't too fussed about Worlds this year, but when I found out Sean was going to be there signing Godzilla cards, I was like,
Yeah.
I really want to go now. But
Yeah. Yeah, it was really, really cool. They had so much going on. They had 2 vendors there, Combat Power and Rochester. So like any card that you needed was available. And then like you said, there were you could get like Challenger deck displays for like 2 tickets. My one of my locals, one of my teammates, he bought a Star Trek display for 2 tickets, and then he had the weirdest luck ever of all 4 decks actually being the same deck inside. They weren't different; they were all the same in some manufacturing error. So Hitch
oh,
just gave him a second display for free.
that's crazy. But yeah, Mike, I went when I went to Patriot. Mike Haddon was telling me that he bought essentially he had almost had to pay more to get his stuff back because he just bought a load of Star Trek lower deck challenges with the plasma tickets, and he's now got one of every alt-art characters just because he spent all that time on the challenger wall.
That's awesome.
Uh, yeah, this was supposed to be a much bigger discussion on open debt lists, and it's kind of fallen apart. Have you got anything else you'd like to talk about?
Uh, I mean, Worlds is hella fun. Worlds is hella fun. I'm very excited for the game. Godzilla is insane. This is like maybe the first set, probably MHA1, I guess. MHA1, I feel had like a ton of characters and cards that were at a similar power level. I don't think any set since has felt that there was like several characters and like every UR was playable. I think out of 15 characters, I want to play like 12 of them. There might be 3 that are like underwhelming, and I think that's pretty huge for the game. They had every single side of this game has like come up a lot in like just a couple months. I feel organized play. Levi brought that in tow, and then like the design team killed it with Godzilla. I'm not sure there's a team in UVS games that is like on the back end right now, which feels good.
Is one of the 3 you don't want to play Fire Rodan?
Yes. Oh my God. Fire Rodan is maybe the worst designed character ever, Brett. I freaking hate Fire Rodan.
It's such a beautiful all art, but it's such a bad card.
Yeah, I feel that the design saw like Challenger deck Rodan, and like somebody was just like, this can never happen again. And that guy probably went through like 9 stages to get him as bad as he got.
It's not as bad as the original Mecha Godzilla Biohazard, who just got nerfed out of existence.
Yeah, true, true. No, Fire Rodan is definitely not it, but there's a lot that are, which is awesome for a set. I have not had a set in a long time that I don't feel bad about. Like every single UR is like mostly playable. There's not like a bad hit to pull, which feels good.
Yeah, I think that's where my head is at. It's like I see everyone talking about how Godzilla is an amazing set, and my head just looks at like the commons and uncommons and stuff, and goes, I don't see it as an amazing set. I just see it as a very well designed set after a few years of floating through Attack on Titan and stuff. which, don't get me wrong, has some very powerful cards, but the
Yeah.
power scaling of the cards isn't equating. Like, there's a massive chasm between the lower rarities and the higher rarities when it comes to some of the cards we've seen in the last couple of years. Whereas, like you said, in MHA1, you had very powerful URs, but you had very powerful commons and uncommons that people wanted to play.
Yep.
And when you look at Godzilla, you've got people just as hyped to play the commons and uncommons as you have to play the ultra rares and some of the rares.
Yeah, exactly. I'm playing Gigan right now. That's like my main competitive deck that I'm working on. And I think I'm playing 8 commons out of the set. I genuinely cannot remember the last time I looked at a single common in a set. Like,
I've been playing a bit of Space Godzilla, and that 6 diff common that just goes, if you have a power token, your rival's next check gets -3. Just, yeah, that's so nuts. It's like,
yeah.
you have to attempt to block at some point, and when you do, it's getting negged. It's really
exactly.
Cool.
Yeah. There's another 6 diff. I played this in. I've now played 3 pre-releases. I had to travel like a couple hours to one of mine. I've now played in 3, and in every single one, I pulled that 6 diff. I don't even know what symbol it is because I played it in sealed, but it's just a 6 diff that says Blitz, your rival sacks the foundation. And I was like, this is like a crazy effect. Like, just Blitz, destroy one for me. It's so insane.
Oh, yeah, I remember that one, yeah. I mean, like, it's great to see Deadlock and deflect back and like deflect.
Oh yeah, and Deadlock like matters. There is like relevant Deadlock effects. A Mint Showdown will absolutely ruin you. A Mint Showdown is grab every Queen of the Monsters out of my discard pile. You cannot let your rival do that to you.
Yeah, exactly. There was a lot of games I was playing. There's a lot of games where I just heard people go, "You've gone to Deadlock," or "You've cycled, so now my deck comes online," kind of thing.
Yeah.
It was really cool to kind of see, and we've known like for a while, UVS is trying to slow the game down. They don't want turn 3, turn 4 kills. They want the game to go a bit longer. Maybe not like to have cycling be a main part of the main game, but for sealed, a lot of these cycle cards are very powerful. Then you've got
definitely,
and each of like the 15 characters, well, except Fire Rodan, feels really powerful and sealed as well. Fire, yeah. I think that's why Sean went so hard on the art, because it's not that good a card.
Yeah, it's so sick. And then like another thing that I think is like really important in our game, because we are like, people complain about like Magic the Gathering's Universus Beyond thing, but like that's our entire game, right? Like we are Universus Beyond. We are like the Fortnite of card games. But it's really important to like make sure that players' investments in IPs come to fruition, right? So like the Challenger decks were really good. They were really powerful, obviously. The Challenger decks for Godzilla may be some of the most powerful cards in one package we've ever seen in this game. But like, that was it, right? Now it's just like, do I really have to play this guy for the next 2 years? I get nothing else. And not only did we get new characters, but we got supporting cards for those Challenger decks, which is hugely impactful. Every single Challenger deck character got an ultra rare in this set, and I think that's huge for the fan base of Godzilla that came into this game because of the Challenger decks.
Yeah, for me it feels very Critical Role-y, because it's following the same kind of line with. We got the Critical Role challengers, we got the characters, and then when we got the Hex set, when we got Critical Role Heroes of Exandria, every character had their like signature UR. We had this hybrid attuned, unattuned set. I think 11 symbols were represented, but not all of them had equal support. And Godzilla's kind of like the next step of set designing after Heroes of Exandria. We go, all 12 symbols are getting represented. The community's going to love that. Not only that, they're getting equal support. It's not like in like Heroes of Exandria, it's like there's a couple of evil cards. It's like, no, every symbol is going to have support, and if they don't, Infinity's going to have enough support to help them out as well. And we're going to support the old characters, going to bring in the new characters. The characters are going to have their own signature feelings, and we're going to capture some of the best moments throughout Godzilla's 70 odd years in this set to make the fans of the IPs and the players happy. And from that aspect, they've crushed it.
Yeah, no, for sure. We have a local that got in because of the Challenger at Godzilla. And during our pre-release, he was like, yeah, I'm really excited to play Mecha Godzilla. And I was like, oh, yeah, the new Mecha Godzilla is sick. That guy's insane. And he was like, no, I'm not going to play that guy. I'm going to play Kiryu, man. Look at this new 5-diff that they gave me. I was like, oh, yeah, that's hype. The hell yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like they've given King of Monsters a bunch of support he didn't need.
Yeah, correct. Maybe he shouldn't have gotten an ultra rare, guys. But...
There's that new 5-diff that's got the blitz like get +2 speed, or if you've got X get +5 speed. It's like Godzilla didn't need that. Why have you put the infinity symbol on that?
Yeah, absolutely.
I guess like not much else to talk about. So last thing we can really kind of talk about is on Friday, local championship starts. What do you think is going to impact the meta? What do you think people are going to be playing? Is it going to be Godzilla's the shiny new toy? So that's what we're going to be seeing.
Yeah. I think this will maybe be like the first time for like LCs and even for Chicago that like I would not be comfortable deciding a graph for those events. The last few events, me and my team have like taken like bets and stuff about like what the graph's gonna be, and we've all been pretty close to being correct because it's been pretty easy to like kind of decide this format for the last few months. I do not think that's the case anymore. I think like King of the Monsters himself, I think is still like really good. As you said, that guy just only got better with this set. Maybe he has too many options now. Honestly, there's just too many good 5-diffs to decide what to play. But I think there's a lot of sauce in Reign of Kaiju that people are going for. I've seen a ton of people cooking with the new Mecha Godzilla. I know me and a couple other people are cooking with Gigan. Mothra is like maybe like one of the most insane defensive characters I've seen since Rodon's reveal.
No, yeah, I mean Mothra is just a defensive beast. I've seen some people working on a air clear Batra list where you just kind of keep.
Yeah, Batra's insane, and Batra gets electric moth. That like Batra's never going to be committed.
You get electric moth. You get you get basically all the Attack on Titan self-clearing stuff. You get the guild to get air stuff that just cares about clearing itself and not count towards progressive. And it gets and because it has void, it gets Megalomania and a bunch of seal stuff as well. He's like, yeah, let's go.
Yeah, so crazy. There's so many good characters, like some that I have not even named. Obviously, Titan of Terror, right? New Godzilla is terrifying.
You got Titan of Terror, which is just if I have a 5-diff, I'm a 7-hander, which is why he's got the lowest health of the 6-handers.
I will say, good job. Thank God he doesn't have 36 health.
I mean, basically, he's just Sung Jin Woo, but he shadow extracts better attacks.
Yeah, absolutely. And then like the power tokens, I think power tokens are like completely meta defining. I wasn't actually that big on them during the first reveals. There wasn't that many things creating them. So I was like, this seems like really just like kind of niche and like probably just like a side piece to this set. And I no longer believe that. You have not played the meta until you have found Shin Hashigeki on the other side when your opponent has 15 power tokens, and you realize that by the end of this enhanced step, your entire board is going to be committed.
The big thing I've seen, and Blake's probably going to kill me for this, is Shin Godzilla power tokens, because
nice.
Every time these both foundations use things like Unsettling Aura and all these foundation restrictions to generate the tokens. And then I think it's Lunar Arc or Lunar Kick that gives you +1 damage for every card that's been destroyed.
And
it counts the power tokens because they're cards.
Amazing.
So it's like, yeah,
amazing.
All my power tokens count for 3 damage. Like, oh no!
Yeah, there's that. I have a teammate that's working on this Armor of the Wolf power token deck because like every freaking power token is just like your opponent skips their enhance.
Oh no, that has air, so you can run that with that new Rapid Rescue, which gives it a bunch of speed as well. No!
Yeah, exactly. I freaking passed 10 times into them, and I'm like, yeah, I guess this will just kill me for free. Sick.
Oh, what? Does it share symbols with that foundation that just gives you power tokens at the start of your turn?
Oh, maybe the Godzilla one? The 3-diff or whatever?
5-diff. 5-diff.
5 diff. Okay, yeah. I knew it was
Yeah,
hot. I knew it was hot.
at pre-release, I pulled the 5 diff that does that, and I pulled the one that when you destroy a foundation, you commit it to build a foundation from your discard. I was like, yes,
Yeah, hell yeah, the Jet Jaguar one.
yeah. I think someone is going to have a lot of fun with Jet Jaguar, and probably as much fun as Sean had designing the alt art. I sent him like a interview form because he doesn't like being on camera for stuff like this, and a little bit of like a preview for that interview. The Jet Jaguar alt art pose is based on him doing the pose from the movie and then using himself
That's
as reference,
amazing.
which is really cool. I cannot stop telling people that. Every time I talk to Sean, I just end up having stuff to talk about because the guy loves the IP. He went and watched every single movie on HBO Max to get as reference, and that includes movies he hadn't seen before. He has such a big emotional connection to Godzilla. He put 7 different art styles into these alt arts. The
Yeah,
man's
no, it
a
was awesome.
beast.
It was awesome meeting him at Worlds. He was like so excited every time he saw like a card he's like never held in his hand. Like my brother brought him my Mothra, and he's like, "Oh my god, I haven't seen this one yet."
Well, yeah, it's very rare he gets to meet people that collect the cards out in the public. A lot of times he gets a request, he does the request, and then he moves on. It's Universus has been like the first one where he's actually met people out in the wild, or he's met people at events, and he gets to see the impact his art has had, and it kind of shocked him that people wanted him to sign over the art.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
Do you think there's any characters that get stronger with Reign of Kaiju that might become more meta-defining? I mean, for me, Space Godzilla's kind of gone into this weird space of when we got Dabi free equipment and went, oh, Shigaraki free now gets a lot better. I'm like, oh, Space Godzilla shares symbols with Mark Tyner. That's a problem.
True. Yeah, he gets all the check hacks. I think like the obvious ones are like I mentioned, King of the Monsters himself obviously gets like a lot stronger,
Yeah.
and like I mean he was already like the best in the world. We decided that over that weekend. And then I think Rodan actually gets like really strong. Air Rodan I think is absolutely disgusting in this format. Getting things like Divine Defender, like Rodan now has struggling with studies, and that seems like you're never gonna kill that guy.
Oh yeah, any good character just got a massive power boost from that thing.
Yeah.
It's great to see Good having this kind of spot. 'Cause, I mean, they got less than like 40 cards last year. Same with
Yeah.
Evil.
Good is like, and it's like rocketed too. Like it might be like one of the strongest symbols in the game. Like same with air. So yeah. Those are like the two most obvious. But I think there's a lot of like unobvious ones that got really, really strong as well. Bridget got Godzilla versus Biollante, the passing the torch reprint. That is like a Bridget custom card. It's insane.
Yeah, the one that you discard a face down from your card pool to draw a card.
And draw a card.
The
Exactly.
deadlock on that, though. The deadlock on that is insane.
Yeah, exactly. Every attack your opponent adds to their card pool, that may as well have Bridget's face on it. It should not have Biollante on there. It should have Bridget.
I got to pop that off at pre-release against the Biollante, and I was like, yeah, I'm killing you this turn.
Yeah, it's crazy. There's so many good rares and stuff. So yeah, I think I could name like 5 that are obvious, but I think the community will prove to me that there's like 80 characters out there that benefited from this set pretty heavily.
Any character that can run triple head beam has got very powerful because it's like, so yeah,
absolutely.
Late game, this is 10 damage and it's going to be a threat whenever I drop it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, there is so much out there. I see people on like Ultra. I look at Decklists every day on there, and people are already cooking some pretty crazy stuff.
Have you tried cooking with the new Broberg yet?
Oh my god, freaking I want to. I want to. That's like Balatro in Universus. I very much want to play Balatro Broberg. Yes. I got destroyed by it. Somebody played like a Shift Titans Broberg.
Ooh.
And yeah. It was like really easy for them to get like the difficulties lined up and stuff because of all the backups in their deck. It was pretty sick.
Yeah, I've been playing in Ally Broberg where you run things like Black Abyss and Hunter's Ally and like Sean Gilmore and stuff. and
Hell yeah.
I recorded it, but then my audio got corrupted for it, and I built a brand new one, which is just a variant of the Elder to Go party bomb, because you have to,
Nice.
because you're discarding at the end of your turn. It's like, I'm just gonna fill my discard up with party allies, and then I'm gonna Grove Authority you to death.
That's amazing. Yeah, no, I think yeah, that guy is sick. That guy is like maybe one of like the most fun custom cards we've seen so far.
Yeah, it's not game breaking like Nick Reagan was when he got introduced into the meta. He's going to be a lot of fun, and I imagine if someone sits down and actually spends like a few hundred hours playing the game with him, he could top. But he's not a character
Sure.
Yeah, he's not a character you can just pick up and play. He plays the game in a different way.
Yeah, exactly. Like I like especially like the people themselves, right? Like when Equipment Heist got banned, everybody was like, "Oh, Jacob Johnson's dead now. Nobody's gonna play that guy." Well, I mean, one person's gonna play that guy.
Yeah.
Jacob Johnson's gonna play him, and he got top 16 at Worlds with it.
Yeah, exactly. He did. I mean, like I said, Equipment Heist was really good, but I mean, there's other things he could do, and there's a ton of new actions in Reign of Kaiju that he gets to play with.
Yeah, so many like insane ones. Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't actually. Wait. This is the issue when there's only two people and we have similar opinions. We don't have much to talk about.
yeah, fair. I think I've given you like maybe an hour's worth of content.
That's absolutely fine. I mean, it's been really cool. I didn't know what I was going to do today, and I think the open deck list was the right call to like chat about. I'm really excited for local championships. I'm going to be traveling again, spending another few £100 to maybe not even play the event, just to because I want to, because the UK's not getting events. I want to stream LCs where I can.
Oh, that's super cool! Hell yeah!
I'm looking forward to see what everyone's kind of cooking. I think it's going to be a really cool event. If anyone is on the fence about going to Patriots LC in a couple of weeks, if they hit 16 players, I'm going to give away a Borderlands experience bundle and a Burning Godzilla promo.
Ooh, and the Borderlands bundles are now sold out on UBS Games, guys.
Oh, so, they sold all. They sold all 800.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, so that's a sold out item that you can go get at Patriot.
Exactly. It's really cool. I do like the Godzilla set. I think it's one of the best design sets. It's an evolution of how the set should be done. You've got attuned and non-attuned working well together. You've got characters feeling like we don't have character kits anymore, but we've got the character's essence trapped within the actual set, which is a much better way to kind of handle kits and make these cards more impactful. It's great to see recycling of mechanics. Not only did we get power tokens, but Ruin came back. And that's something in the past they said, oh yeah, it's an AOT only thing. It's like, Godzilla got to do it. And,
Yeah, no, that's super cool. I understand how their design works. I know they're always like 3 years ahead of us. So I understand that like collecting feedback can be challenging because like by the time you've collected feedback, you may have another 2 sets already accomplished.
Yeah.
Which I think is why TMNT kind of fell off the way it did. Is they hadn't collected the feedback from Heroes of Exandria. They didn't understand that, yes, this is what we want. This is like a good step in the right direction. So it looks like they definitely like backtracked to like, yeah, people really liked Heroes of Exandria, so let's try to like hone in on that and try to like upgrade from that point, and they nailed it for sure.
I think my issue with TMNT was a part of why it's the weakest set of the year, including like Apocalypse, is they focus so much on the onboarding aspect of it. With this being this massive IP, they tried to make it too new player friendly with the characters. They created so many simple interactions, and it led to cards like Equipment Heist and Massive Mutant Machines being really powerful cards because of how simple they were. I mean, a 7 cost is still a big cost, but when you've got things like Equipment Heist,
for sure. Yeah. Inside of the set, I can understand how they thought that would be okay, and then the players got a hold of it, and they're like, "Yeah, but what if I build it for free?"
Yeah, and then you got things like you said, you got things like Pumat Soul and Devil Jin that just go, this is not a restriction to me. You've just given me 4/4 on everything. Thanks for that.
Yeah, Pumat is still insane. Pumat was my round 6 in day 2. Wub was playing it, and in game 3, he presented 45 damage on turn 2 on 3 foundations. He could have killed me twice. He could have killed me twice if I had let him.
That's absolutely insane.
Yeah.
But that's the kind of thing. We're not a game like Union Arena or Vice Versa where you're trapped into your IPs. And we're not a game like Magic where we're producing a brand new set every month so you can kind of ignore sets. Everything we produce is impactful to the meta.
Absolutely, yeah. And yeah, it definitely should be too, right? Like you never want a set that doesn't feel impactful because then you have to wait another 3 months for anything to change.
Minimum, because we've only got 3 sets this year. We don't know when we're seeing Tekken. I mean, this time...
exactly.
This time last year, we knew about Apocalypse and TMNT, and you guys at Worlds got to see the Tekken packaging and the Fairy Tail packaging, but we have no idea when they're going to drop, which is wild. Because I theorized that we were going to see a similar timeline as last year, but if Tekken was dropping in May or June, we would know about it by now, because stores would know about it.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, it's going to be a little while, but thankfully you have an insane amount of Godzilla cards to play with in the meantime.
Exactly. Godzilla's going to have a nice big breathing time to impact the meta. I think that's absolutely amazing. I think it's going to lead to some very interesting meta shakeups. Hopefully it doesn't lead to the meta getting stale, because...
Yeah, fair. Yeah, I think it'll take a while for that to happen, especially with LCs working the way they work. I think a lot of people are going to want to bring new things to try to get ahead of people, because these are your Worlds invites, right? This is for sure the easiest way to punch your ticket to the biggest event of the year. So I think people are going to try to be changing things up. I'm not sure that staying in that same format is going to get you that win.
Yeah, I mean, and again, once you've got the win, you can experiment a little bit more, because
exactly, yeah, you can go crazy.
$150 is nice, but you can also just have fun and mess about with other characters at an event with friends and get some cool promos.
Absolutely, yeah. I plan on judging most of them once I've punched my ticket, honestly.
I mean, judging is how George went from a very good player to winning Worlds.
Maybe if I judge some events, I'll win Worlds.
Exactly. From the way that George explained it in the interview, it was seeing all the levels of play, interacting, knowing what the rules and the interactions were, made it easier. So yeah, judging... We may be back here next year talking to you about your new character card, because judging got you there. Yeah, I mean, we got an hour of content. I'll take it.
Hell yeah.
Next time we need to get some more decisive people in here who won't agree with us.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll have Cam here to have the opposite opinion of each of us, and we can yell at him for it.
Yeah, we'll have to get... the main issue is with time zones, because I mean, I asked Brody if he wanted to come on, but he's got locals. Christmas, I was busy this time. I mean, I don't think Brody would have had a different opinion to us anyway.
Yeah, fair. Would have been more of the same.
But no, it's been absolutely great. You're chatting, you man.
You as well.
When's the next? Is it Tuesdays you do the free locals?
Wednesdays. Yeah. Wednesday nights, 5 p.m. Pacific time. So whatever that is in your time zone. Every week. This week will be the first week that we have Godzilla legal. So we'll see some. It'll be the first event to see the new things.
That's absolutely amazing. With the new time zones, that would still be 1 a.m. for me. That's a bit late.
Yeah. That's fair. Little 1 a.m. Universus never hurt nobody, though.
See, when Flynn was a baby, I did do that because I'd stay up with him. So when UVS used to do the webcam weeklies, when it was my night to keep an eye on him, like when he was a baby. I just sat and played the game until like 4 o'clock in the morning, and then went to bed when Robin got up.
Nice. That's funny.
There was a couple of times I had to like drop from the event because he'd thrown up or something, so I had to go keep an eye.
Oh no.
But yeah, thanks for being here, Marvin. Great chatting as always.
Thanks for having me.
We'll have to get some practice games in so you can whip me into shape for LC as well, so I can make my way to
Absolutely,
Worlds.
I got you.
Exactly. Give my love to the rest of the team, and yeah, if you don't already know who Marvin is, go check out Undefeated Locals on YouTube. They've got their own Discord server, and like he said, if you want to get some practice in for your LCs, they've got 3 weekly events for NA players because it's not the best EU time. Oceania players, I guess. Oceania players can play first thing in the morning.
Yeah, come join us.
Get some games and get whipped into shape for LCs, and yeah, let us know in the comments what you're going to be playing at LCs and how you feel about open deck lists. Like I said, great having you here, and we're gonna head off because we've literally got nothing else to talk about.
Thanks for having me. It's been a great time.
It's always a pleasure having you on. For Theories News and more, win, lose or draw, keep it with UK Versus, and we'll see you next week. Bye.